Hey everyone, this is Nicole from the Night Owl Session. In this clip, we delivered inspirational messages to our sitter Amy. Make sure that when you come to our page, you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
How's it going? Can you
Good.
hear?
How are you?
Doing great. Doing great. Welcome to the Night Owl Sessions. I hope you're ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
They're telling me also that you could be sitting on this side with us. So you can hear spirit and you know everything. You've clear cognizance. So you have that gift and you're not trusting it. So you need to use those gifts to make yourself feel better. So what's happening is you have so many things coming into your energy field, so to speak, that you don't know where to go with it. It's kind of like you're not a trained medium or anything like that. You have all these things coming into you because you can feel, you can hear, you can do it all, and they're coming and you're getting messages and you don't know what to do with it. And you don't know what's right and what's wrong. And it's concerning to you. And
it's funny that you say that because like I always felt like I had something, but it wasn't until this year that I've been trying to open myself up more and allow myself to experience that. But yeah.
So they're telling me, I'm Reiki also. I feel like you need to know that you need to clear your chakras, and it's going to help yourself open up and you're going to hear more. And it's going to help with your anxiety, because I'm hearing that maybe some meditation would do you a lot of good every day, to just, clear yourself up. Just do like a 10-minute grounding guided meditation to just take away that anxiousness and that worry and trust what you're hearing and start writing it down. Ask Raphael, he's Archangel Raphael, he's the healing angel. Ask him for help. And let me tell you, it's amazing when you feel that healing and you get it and you know that it's happening for you. So you need to say, I feel like you need to prove it to yourself, and you need to ask for a sign. So you need to ask for a sign from the person in the life that you miss the most. And you say, do you know what's happening with me? Do you know that I have issues that I'm trying to fight off right now? I need that help. And I want you to send me a feather, whatever it is. And you say, in my house, whatever it is. And let me tell you something, it comes and it happens, and it's going to renew your faith. You have like a whole new beginning coming forward for you. And, everything's going to start to open up for you. Right now, it's just so hard with being inside and COVID and all of that. But, they think that you have something really great down the road coming. Like you have some sort of idea that you've been working on for a while, and they want you to know that it's a good idea. So do it.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Can you see me? It's Colleen. I have a quick message for you. So when I was feeling into your energy, I felt you very nervous, but excited at the same time. They're just telling me to tell you to take some deep breaths, that you are growing spiritually. Like you're actually you're going to start feeling energy in you and around you. And if you're already doing that now, say yes. If you're already doing that now, they want you to hone in on that and just focus in on that. You're very gifted. I have a bunch of different things for you. I have a male here that stands behind me. He makes me feel like he would be an uncle or somebody you would look up like an uncle. It could be a family friend. He's not saying much, but okay. He stands behind me, but he's not saying anything. And I'm like, give me something. He's just motivating you. So if you were close to him, he's like, come on, you got this. You need to cheer up. Yeah, I got the goosebumps. He's like, you need to cheer up. I think things are happening and you're just all over the place with this, but you're gonna find your path, like Mindy said, and it's coming to you in full force. So if that means Reiki, if that means energy work, if that means your cute, witchy, aesthetic vibe, whatever you feel comfortable with, they're telling you to go for it. Even if you don't have the support of others, it doesn't matter, because you're capable and you have to find this deep within. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to him because he stands behind me, but he's pushing me to tell you these things, and he's like, come on, he wants you to come out of your shell. And it's I don't know if you've been having really bad anxiety or panic, that that feeling where you're like, I don't know what else to do, and it's just like in your mindset, but they want you to know that that's the energy coming for you, like in a good way. And you have to work through those issues and heal them in order for you to get your next big gift, I feel like I need to say. But yeah, I have a bunch on this page, but I'm gonna go and talk to him, and I'm gonna let other people talk, and I'll jump back in, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, let's just know, like, anxiety usually is a byproduct of kind of blocking yourself up. Like, so if you have creative outlets that you're not utilizing, or you're not like getting out your creativity, a lot of the times it'll manifest in anxiety. Or I'm a firm believer that you could also, like, it could mean you're a like really good empath and you're just picking up on other people's energies. But
That's funny that you said that too, because my husband always tells me that, like, especially when we're out in public, I get even extra anxious, and he always says that, like, it's probably just because I need to learn how to ground myself, you know?
Yeah, and when you're on public, shielding's the big one. So just blocking yourself from all this random energy, it'll help big time. Oh, and one last thing, I saw a tiger's eye for you. You ever heard of the crystal or the stone, the gemstone tiger's eye?
Yes.
So that'd be a good one for you to start carrying with you. It actually acts, it does multiple things. It's probably one of the better ones to keep. Is my tiger's eye over there on the crystal thing? Tiger's eye is like it helps with protection. It protects your energy. So this whole thing with the anxiety, this will prevent other people from basically tapping into your energy, and it will protect you in that regard. And also it gives you like abundance and prosperity. So it'll bring good luck to you, financial success, stuff like that. So it's protective, and it's all about abundance, and it's got a high vibe. And it's cheap. You can get a lot of it. I mean, a pretty good amount. Like this piece right here was only like $7 for this like big hunk. So I would definitely go out and find yourself a piece of tiger's eye and keep it in your pocket or your purse. Like, you don't even have to think about it. Just put it in there, and then hopefully it starts doing magical things in your life.
I'm Cassandra.
Hi.
I was sitting down and I went into a trance last night, and I was talking to you have a lot of angels around you. I mean, a host of angels. And I also, last night, I saw a phoenix rise, and I've never seen that for anybody else but me. So when I saw a phoenix rising in my conch shell after burning the sage and the sweetgrass, the image came to me of the phoenix, and I sat in meditation. This was different. I sat in meditation and the phoenix came to me. That tells me that you are, you're going to rise up. Has lights been flicking off and on in your house recently?
Yes.
I couldn't see you very well, Amy. I'm sorry. Maybe the lights flicked off. No, but I thought I saw your head shaking. Okay, well, the flicking of the lights, that's your passed down loved ones. Those aren't the angels. Those are your passed down loved ones. They're flicking the lights on and off for you because they're trying to get you. They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to get you to listen to them. And then they said that you've been feeling really exhausted and tired recently. Or like, not recently, but you've been feeling really exhausted and tired for a while, I should say.
Yes.
And they said that the reason why you're feeling that way is because they told me, they go, tell her, I'm telling her. They want you to know the only reason why you're feeling all sluggish and tired and you just that is because they're holding you still so you don't miss the pictures that are passing in front of you, the messages that they're bringing to you, the signs that are falling on you. And if they let their hand up off you, you're going to go do something else, and you're going to completely get off the path that they have set right now for you. And everybody's right about you being, gifted. And that's a beautiful thing, because they don't want you to see that army of angels are like, we're not letting this girl go. We're not going to turn our back on her. We're not going to leave her. You tell her something really big is coming once she sees those white feathers, to prepare for it, because we're going to be here for her. But I actually had more, but I'm going to cut it off here because I just want you not to hear a bunch of words. I want you to hear the message they said. The flickering lights are your passed on loved one. And when those lights are flickering, sit down, be still, be quiet, and they'll answer you, okay? And remember, the army of angels, the reason you're sluggish, don't keep questioning it. It's because you're meant to be still. You're meant to stay so you hear. It's a good thing. It's a real good thing. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you.
Hi, Amy. I'm Nicole.
Hi.
How are you? I'm going to jump off kind of where Cassandra just left off, because when she was telling you about your past on loved ones, I don't know if anybody else heard this, but I heard like knocking at a door. You did hear it too, Colleen? Okay, so just interesting. It's kind of like a confirmation. They were like legit knocking and I heard it. It was dun, and it paused, and then it went dun, dun, dun again. So I don't know if there are 3 that are there past that you in your mind always think of, talk to, dream about, but I feel like that's kind of like 3 people who are just like, hey, I'm here, because it was 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3. So just keep that in mind, that was definitely something that hit home. And I don't usually see crazy things like that. Not that it's crazy, but I'm not a medium in that regard. I'm more so like psychic and like spiritual messenger, because I get signs and symbols more than I see like passed on loved ones. So for me to have seen that, it was really intense. They were really definitely trying to come through. So that's kind of cool. All right, well, let me backtrack a little bit. So kind of what I do, I guess the first thing is I read you as a person, and I kind of read like what you're going through just energetically. So when I see you, I get all these messages that go along with that. And the first thing that I got, and I will tell you all my signs the way that I get them so that it makes sense to you, because I don't want to interpret it for you. But if it's not resonating with you, I'll explain more of like the feeling behind it. I got that you're a twofold kind of a girl. And I don't really know exactly what that means, but to me, a twofold kind of girl, I saw a book and it was open and I heard the words twofold. So I felt as if, and I'm thinking that it has to do with your personality. You're 2 different people when you're with your loved ones, like when you're with mom, when you're with your husband, as opposed to when you are outside of your house, okay? So you have a sincerity about you, and it is your biggest flaw, because people are taking advantage of you when you are outside of your home. When you are home, you don't let anybody walk all over you at all. And an image that I got of this was kind of interesting, because it was almost as if it was like the popped bubble and the bubble was floating. So the bubble floats along and you're so sincere on the outside, and as soon as you get home, it's like you let it all loose, boom, and you're there. And it's like, then you just stop taking it. So what you want to kind of do with that is just recognize that in your life. If that is, it keeps constantly coming back, recognize it. And as you recognize it, it is okay to start intermingling yourself from the twofold person to close your book and to be one whole book as an entirety. So that's one of the biggest messages that I got from your energy and for you to go forward. I got a lot of other things too. So one of the things that I got, are you living with mom, or are you living with someone other than just your husband?
Yes.
You are, okay. So surrounding that, I got fly the coop. The words that I got were fly the coop, which made me believe that you were living with another adult who was not necessarily, in your core family, like you and your husband, for example. So fly the coop is a message. I don't know if it's like playing on your mind. If something happened during COVID where somebody lost a job, I don't know if it was you or if it was your husband. Was it one of you?
It was me.
It was you. Okay. So I was picking up on that, and just know that this is not a permanent situation. This is just a temporary situation, but it kind of goes to show you that you have so much love around you that no matter what happens in life, you are never going to fall too far. Everybody is going to always be there to pick you up, whether they're here in this physical world or whether they're in the spiritual world. So just always know that, because that's a really important thing to know. Sometimes we kind of forget things, and we're just overly cautious for no reason, and we don't want to take risks. Not like crazy risks, but I mean like uncomfortable things where you would maybe not interview for something because you're worried of getting rejected. Don't fear those things. Those things are not fears that you need to have, because no matter what happens, it is going to be okay. So what if you don't get the job? Mom's still going to be there. So you have a core group that's always going to support you. And I almost feel like it's not even necessarily a traditional core group, but there's like people in your life that are like here and here and here, and no matter what, there's always one for the phone, and there's always one for someone you can go visit, and there's always one for you can call for this or for that. And that's a beautiful thing, and you're very lucky for that, because not a lot of people have that in your life. But again, it's that sincerity that keeps the people close. But it's also the flaw. The sincerity is also the flaw for you, because it doesn't help when people are around you, they kind of take advantage. So it's your best attribute and your biggest flaw all at the same time. Okay, so meld them into one. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you with was a vision that I had of you. And it was kind of a beautiful vision, because you were standing there and it was almost as if a waterfall, like the water kept hitting you and just kept going and going and going. And little by little, it was like eating up at you, almost like everything just keeps brushing off of you. And all of a sudden you just like shook out of it. And it was like, that's it. I'm moving on. So whatever it is, take charge of it, Amy. You got this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Say something before Heidi, because I know Heidi's going to go and she's going to floor it and give a powerful charting. Okay. But so the man that I spoke of earlier, the uncle figure, what is his name?
Brian.
Okay. So he is like wanting to say stuff, but he just says little bits and pieces. And I told him, well, what is a message? You have to give me something since you're kind of quiet. He's like watching, he's like in awe of all this. And he tells me that you need to trust. So I need you to know that he's telling you you're being guided, you're being protected. He really wants you to know that when you pray, he hears you. And sometimes you say, well, I need you to do this now. It's coming. Everybody has validated that for you. It's coming. I have a message though that so your shoe's untied and you keep feeling like you're tripping and you don't know what the hell's going on. Why do I keep tripping? And he pulls you up, he ties your shoe and he says, you're not going to trip no more. For you to trust him and he's going to guide you, but you have to trust. That's easier said than done. But he wants you to trust because he's tying your shoe, he's protecting you. You have to heal through everything you're going through. And again, that's a lot of work. But I just wanted to say that before Heidi goes, because she's gonna go. She's gonna blow your mind.
Thank you.
I'm gonna show you your astrology chart, okay? And I could go on and on, but I just want to share some key things with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you have a lot of water in your chart, okay? But you also have a lot of earth. Water and earth get along really well, which is great, okay? Here we go, I wanna be able to see you. There you are, okay. You also have a lot of mutability and energy in your chart, which means that you can kind of go with the flow. Cardinal energy is really taking initiation. Fixed energy is being stubborn about things, seeing things through, but mutability is kind of going with the flow. Your ascendant is at 29 degrees of Gemini. 29 degrees is a very intuitive, clairvoyant degree to have. In addition to that, we have to look to the ruler of Gemini, which is Mercury. Mercury is in Libra. It's in the 5th house of intelligence at the degree of Aquarius. So what I'm setting up for you is that this tells me that you're very intuitive and you're very intelligent and you have gifts. Not only gifts for, with the intuitive abilities, but you have some artistic gifts too. Like, do you like to write? I'm getting a lot that you are a writer, right? Yeah. So here, I want to show you a few things, but I have some really clear messages I want to convey to you, okay? A lot of the anxiety, like that Mercury there in the 5th house, in the house of intelligence at the degree of Aquarius, it can really make that intelligence heightened to the point of anxiousness, okay? So let's talk about how to work through that. But I also want to let you know that I do think that part of the anxiousness that you feel is coming from a yod that is coming from your south node in the 12th house with a Mars and fall in the 2nd house of family, leading to the moon, which is the mother in the 7th house. I think part of your anxiety is not from this lifetime. I think you're carrying past lifetime energy into this lifetime, and you have picked up on the energies, perhaps even from your own mother, in this lifetime that you are carrying. And your way through this anxiety has a lot to do with you healing and letting go of this energy. You're carrying other people's energy that do not belong to you. Now, I really think that this chart is about you becoming your own authentic person in this lifetime, and especially about these abilities, because the ruler of your 5th house is Venus, and Venus is not in a good place where she can really shine her light and be this, la feminine in her life. She is struggling a little bit. This is going to be your challenge, is becoming your own authentic, beautiful person who speaks her truth. Because Cassandra talked about the Phoenix effect. Well, you have Pluto in your 6th house in rulership. That is literally the planet of the Phoenix effect in your 6th house of daily work. And transiting Pluto is right here in Capricorn. And these energies are making another yod to your ascendant. This is powerful stuff. This is the finger of God saying, it's time. It's time to really embrace some talents that you have. And I think that the angels being with you are giving you a way to lean into your abilities to help not only you heal and the family heal, but to in your everyday life to help other people heal. Because Saturn in the 10th house next to all this, and it's the number 8, which is associated with the house of psychic ability, means that you're going to be able to help people who are wounded in some way, the elderly, all kinds of things.
I worked with people that had special needs for the last 5 years.
And that's Saturn. There you go. And did you intuitively know what they need? Were you just completely in sync with them? I'm guessing you were, right? Yeah. So you have a gift for it.
I have anxiety, so I want you to know that things are going to happen. You just have to choose that they're going to happen. And you got to shake this shit off. I know I'm not supposed to say it that way, but that's what they're telling me. Like, shake it off. It's going to suck. You're going to be nervous. Be careful. Do what you got to do, whatever you feel to be protective. But you're going to be fine. You have to make your world be fine, though. You can't just sit in misery, right? You got to open up, use your gifts, have the support you need, especially with your husband, be on that team, and then move on from there, because your happiness is here. It's coming. Now it's just you opening yourself up to it, because for some reason you feel like you don't deserve it, but you really do. So you got to love yourself a little,
And Archangel Michael is with you and he's protecting you. And it's okay to ask him for additional help so that you feel good. And just know that you always put yourself in God's white light. And you say to yourself, I don't want anyone here that's not in God's white light, leave. And they won't be there. Okay, so you don't need to worry about those shadows, and just know that you walk in God's white light, and it's okay to see, hear, feel, and know, and everything's going to work out for you. So stop worrying so much, because it's killing you. You worry so much that you're putting yourself into a frenzy, and it's like unbelievable. So you need to start meditating, because it's going to totally change your life. And I really mean that. So I'm supposed to yell at you. I just want to let you know.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, that was wonderful. Amy, I hope you enjoyed your experience with us. On behalf of everybody, I would just like to say thank you for connecting with us. We definitely had a great time working with you. And we hope to see more of you in the future.